What's up everyone, welcome to another episode. Today we're talking about what's in my saddlebag. I'm always a bit surprised when I see people without any saddlebag or without any spares out on the road, kind of hoping that nothing's gonna happen, or if something happens, really relying on other people stopping by and giving them a hand. But I think it doesn't really need that much to feel safe and secure out on the road. So let's unbox this. So I would say the first and most important thing that you should have in your saddlebag is a spare inner tube. And we know that inner tubes can be quite bulky, but I think since over a year or 1.5 years, I'm riding on these ridenow TPU tubes, and I kind of switched, except for my gravel bike, which is now on tubeless, but all my other bikes are running those TPU tubes from ridenow. To be honest, even though I've seen some criticism, because I already mentioned them in one of my previous videos, that people don't trust them, that they're too thin and too fragile when it comes to punctures. So I have them in, I think, 7 or 8 wheel sets by now, and I only had 3 flats over the course of 1.5 years, and yeah, I think that is pretty good. And I mean, also when you have a flat, it is super easy to swap these out. They're super ridiculously light. They exist in multiple valve sizes. So right now I have the longest one, which I think is a 85mm valve on here, because I don't want to like swap things out while I'm on the road, and I have some wheels that are rather deep, like those 58mm number 6 or the 60mm Atelian wheels. And yeah, of course you want to be sure that in case you need a spared inner tube, that you have one that can actually also reach the outside of your rim. So right now, TPU tubes, massive fan, big recommendation to be your #1 item in your saddlebag. Let's move on to number 2. So staying in the inner tubes domain, of course, you gotta pump some air into your tire once you had a flat. And here I'm using the cycplus AS2 Ultra. Big fan of those little portable electric pumps. Pretty much from day one. I had one of their first ones which didn't have a screen. Like this one has a screen that shows you the PSI that you're adjusting your pressure to. Also had the second one, the AS2, the regular one. It was just a little bit bigger, but now this AS2 Ultra, it is even tinier, so it makes really sense, and it perfectly now fits into my saddlebag, which is why I'm now carrying this as part of my saddlebag. Normally I would just put it into my back pocket, the bigger one, the previous generation, in case I was going out for a longer ride. But now it is nice to see that it fits into your saddlebag, and you have like this little adapter that you screw in, so it is fairly easy to really attach it to your valve. And also, as I said, up here you have a little display where you can set your PSI, and then you basically just hit the button and it starts pumping for you, and it automatically stops when it reaches the PSI. So you can actually just attach it to your valve, hit the button, and then start doing something else, chat with your friends, have a coffee, and it just automatically stops once it reaches the pre-specified PSI. So I would say, yeah, the second kind of no-brainer what to have in your saddlebag. Because before I was riding with one of those lightweight, super portable pumps, which are great. They're very light, they fit well into your saddlebag or into your back pocket. But if you have a flat and you really want to pump up your tire to specified PSI, or just to make them rideable in general, it is quite a workout, I gotta say. And especially on a hot day, you don't want to be sitting there potentially in direct sun and yeah, pumping one away. So yeah, I can just say that again, cycplus electric pump. So what else is in here? And it is the multi-tool, and this one particular, it is from a company called Daysaver. It is very nice. If we stick with tires for a second, it also has an integrated tire lever as well, so helps you to put the tire on in case you have one of those combinations of rim to tire where it is really tricky to push it on just by hand. Also, when you stick with this tire lever element, you also have a little magnetic mount for a quick link, just in case you have issues with your chain. And then also up here you have a little element which acts as a chain breaker as well. So yeah, it also covers those rather critical issues with your chain, which luckily, knock on wood, I didn't have yet, but just in case, I think it's nice to know that you have an extra link and a chain breaker with you. But then it also comes with this part, which looks yeah, like a very, very standard key. But if you look closely, you have all these nice little adapters that you can swap around. These are all magnetic. You have adapters within adapters that you can swap around. So you have a lot of sizes of hex keys up here. You also have a tenor here that fits your through axles as well, of course. And then also within this adapter, you have a regular hex. And what's the name of the star looking one again? You know what I mean. But I would say that this is at least the lightest and the most thought through multi-tool that I was able to find. And I had a lot of multi-tools along the way. And I have to say, I'm a massive fan of this one. It is super compact and yeah, it pretty much covers all the bolts that I ever needed. But yeah, sticking with multi-tools and potential bolts that are getting loose on your ride out, there is one more item that I'm carrying with me right now, and it is this little adapter from Topeak, which kind of works as well with the Daysaver multi-tool. You basically just plug it in here, and it is a mini torque wrench. So it has a pre-specified 4 Newton-meter torque, and that allows you to make sure that you're not over-tightening some of your essential bolts. I think 4 Newton-meters is very interesting when you're tweaking things around your headset, when you're tweaking things around your seat post, depending on what kind of seat post standard you are riding. This is a piece that I'm currently still riding with. I was riding with this pretty much from the very beginning, since I started building up bikes myself, because I didn't really have a feel yet of what 4 Newton meters, what 8 Newton meters really feels like. I think I'm getting better and better with that, and this might be leaving my saddlebag at some point soon. But for now, it is a nice little extra peace of mind that whenever I have to torque something up, especially when it is other people's bikes where you don't really want to risk with over tightening a bolt, potentially having a little 4 Newton meter torque adapter with you is coming in quite handy. And what else do I have in here? As I'm riding Shimano Di2, and luckily it didn't really happen to me yet. I've only seen one person that this has happened to, and it is running out of battery while you're out on a ride. And yeah, these Di2 group sets, they have their proprietary chargers. So if you're out of battery, you're kind of stranded. I mean, with SRAM, you have at least the option that you can swap batteries front and rear, that potentially you are not able to change gears in the front anymore. You have to stay in the big or small chainring, but you would at least be able to change gears in the back. With Shimano, if the battery is empty, the battery is empty, nothing goes. And that can be quite frustrating if you get into this situation. But of course, you don't want to be carrying around a USB charging cable with you that's 1.5 or 2 meters long. But what I've recently found on AliExpress is this tiny adapter, which is regular USB-C to this proprietary Shimano charging port connector. And as I think we're doing coffee stops all the time, and USB-C is quite a standard these days. I think in pretty much every coffee you'll find somebody that has a USB charger for their phone or for their laptop that you can just quickly plug into this for like 10 or 15 minutes, charge yourself up, and be ready for your way home. So also another essential, I've seen that there have been multiple of those products out on AliExpress. Some look rather 3D printed, a little bit low quality. This one looks quite nice. It is from a company called RRS K33, it says it after this. Just regular molded plastic. Feels good, feels legit. I tried it out, it works. So also a big fan of this. And then one more item, which is quite important for people like me. It is this little pill here. And because it is summer here, I got quite strong hay fever. And sometimes when you're out in the fields, hay fever hits you and then your nose starts running, your eyes start crying or tearing. And just having a little anti-allergy, histaminic, whatever you want to call it, whatever you call it in English, one of those allergy pills with you if you're an allergy person, I think is also quite essential. And then let's also quickly touch on the saddlebag itself. So this saddlebag is made out of Dyneema fabric, so it is ultra light. And it is actually something that my mom made for me based on specifications. I basically told her what I want to carry, how big the items are, and she sewed that for me together. It is very, very nice. With a little bit of Velcro, you attach it to your saddle. And it has 3 compartments, one for a TPU tube, one for the pump and the multi-tool, and then in the center there's this little one for the little torque adapter and my pill. Also doesn't hurt to put some cash in there just in case. And yeah, it nicely rolls up and then you attach it underneath your saddle. I would say this is going to be it. What's in my saddlebag and what this saddlebag is about. If there's anything that you feel that is majorly missing in my saddlebag, please let me know down in the comments below. If you have any questions to any of the products that are in my saddlebag these days and how I'm using them, or if you have better or other alternatives, also please let me know. And yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this little video. If you did, consider hitting that like button, consider subscribing. And with that, as always, I say thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.